Hello there, thank you so much for joining us in this edition of Dalsan TV English News. My name is Abdelrazak Ali and we have a lot lined up for you on this day of 22nd October 2022. But first, let's have a look at the highlights. The first ever community-funded port has opened in Puntland state of Somalia. Former soldier was executed on Saturday for killing a Somali cabinet minister. The Somali military has liberated several villages following fierce fighting with Al-Shabaab fighters in the Middle Shabelle region. Good evening and welcome back to Dalsan TV English News. The first ever community-funded port has opened in Puntland state of Somalia. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud alongside Puntland State President Said Abdullahi Deni cut the ribbon of the launch of the new Garaat port. The first ever community-funded port has opened in Puntland state of Somalia. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud along with Said Abdullahi Deni cut the ribbon at the launch of the new Garaat port.
لحية تضبيط دورشوين كي فدرال كدعي هالليسان لهاي أو كم دهاي قبيل كذا دمستر قبيل يقول قبيل كذا دمستر ما كم تهاي دكتة قرعت لأن فكر كذا يتلذذ يوحد واجرين سكستا هو هذا أنا بلو لكن ما أنت واجرين واتجنيدي إن ماشان محنكر هذا دكتة إنه هري هابين.
The President of the Republic of Somalia praised the authorities and the community of Puntland for realizing this goal of the consultation and described it as a reflection of how the Somali people stood for development and cooperation. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud spoke about the struggle for consultation that is going on through the country. First of all, they want to eradicate the Al-Shabaab militant groups who have put a check on the life and development of the Somali people. He noted that Somalia is stable, peaceful and prosperous. The President of the Federal Republic of Somalia has encouraged the regional states of the country and the Somali people in general to compete for development and cooperation, pointing out the support and priority of the government for consultation projects. A former soldier has been executed on Saturday for killing a cabinet. Ahmed Abdullahi Abdi was executed by firing squad in Mogadishu for killing former Somali cabinet minister of public works and construction Abbas Abdullahi Sheikh Siraji in Somalia's capital on May 2017.
Former soldier was executed on Saturday for killing a Somali cabinet minister. Ahmed Abdullahi Abdi was executed by firing squad in Mogadishu for killing former Somali cabinet minister of public works and reconstruction Abbas Abdullahi Sheikh Siraji in Somalia's capital on May 2017. Mohamud Siraji, the deceased's brother, welcomed the execution of Ahmed Abdullahi Abdi, saying that justice has finally prevailed. Million thanks to President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. In June 2017, a military court in Mogadishu sentenced Ahmed Abdullahi to death over the killing of the cabinet minister after being found guilty of willful murder. 31-year-old Abbas Abdullahi Siraji, the youngest cabinet minister in Somalia's history, was the public works minister under former Prime Minister Hassan Ali Khaire. Abbas Siraji made international headlines with his inspiring story that saw him go from the largest refugee camp in the world, Dadaab, to being appointed a federal government minister in Somalia. Siraji was shot dead at the front gates of Villa Somalia by soldiers escorting the Auditor General Noor Farah on 3rd May. The soldiers began firing at Mr. Siraji as his car approached a checkpoint leading to the compound.
The Somali National Army has liberated several villages following fierce fighting with Al-Shabaab in Middle Shabelle region. In a statement, the Somali Army said its forces recaptured Habalorobe and Wardah villages.
Somali military has liberated several villages following fierce fighting with Al-Shabaab fighters in the Middle Shabelle region. In a statement, the Somali Army said its forces recaptured Habalorobe and Wardah villages. According to the statement, the forces killed a dozen Al-Shabaab fighters and wounded several others during the operation. The Somali military did not comment on the casualties of its soldiers. The development comes as operations against Al-Shabaab started in several regions of south-central Somalia, including Hiran, Galgaduud, and Middle Al-Shabaab still controls large swaths of territory, including towns and villages. The group has been fighting the Somali government for more than a decade. Despite losing many towns to allied forces, Al-Shabaab is still capable of staging deadly attacks in major towns controlled by the Somali government. At least 20 people and over a dozen were wounded after the group attacked two central Somalia towns, Bulaburde and Jalalaksi, with suicide car bombs. Among those killed in explosions were local administrators.
Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has launched a national tree planting project in Mogadishu on Friday.
Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud launched a national tree planting project on Friday. The National Regreening Initiative aims to plant 10 million trees across Somalia as part of efforts to boost biodiversity and climate resilience and curb deforestation amid devastating droughts. President Mohamud planted the inaugural seedlings of a tamarind tree. He emphasized the importance of trees in combating repeated droughts that have plagued Somalia in recent decades. The destruction in Somalia did affect not only the people, but also caused severe environmental problems. We lost the biodiversity that made our country world-renowned. As Somalia reestablishes its institutions, it should also coincide with regreening the environment and developing the public's awareness for the welfare environment. President Mohamud directed government agencies to take the lead in the plan and plant trees in their offices and for people to plant trees in their homes and neighborhoods. He also encouraged Somali women who have historically played an essential role in environmental care to continue to lead the national effort.
laguma raaxaysto marka dhib kama jiro geed laakiin meesha geeduhu ku badan yihiin roobabka iyo waxa ay keenaan ka sokow yaani aragtidaada ku raaxaysanay nololna waa ka jirtaa meelan geed lahayn malabka ma sameeyso meelan geed lahayn neef caana kama yimaado meelan geed lahayn roobka ka sokow iyo waxyaabo kale oo badan ayaanan muxuu ahay laga helin geedahan badinayna Somalia هدف نوع صوماليا جود أهان إن أن 10 مليون أو جد إن أن صومالي كبرنا مقالة مقدشة وماشي يكبر لعبانيس هدي مقالة مقدشة يكبر لعبانيسو سوي وين مقالة مقدشة يكبر لعبتها مركز قبلنا إيو ما دقموين كإيو دولك كلا كفار موين.
In environmental care to continue to lead the national effort. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud directed the Banadi Regional Administration and the Federal Government of Somalia's Ministry of Environment and Climate Change to plant 100,000 trees in the capital over the next 2 months to continue the reforestation of state capitals, districts and regions across the country.
We have come to the end of Dalsan TV English News. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dalsan TV.